Less than a year ago, cryptocurrencies were riding high and everyone was like,
I love my life.
But now, the entire cryptocurrency market is imploding and the conditions are a bit more like this.
Oh, my life sucks!
Many are now wondering, is Bitcoin and crypto dead? I'm Biko Konstantinos and that's what we're going to talk about today. If you enjoy drinking a nice coffee, crack this video a like. And if you're interested in quality, independent and up-to-date market analysis and education, consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you on board. So why has crypto gone from darling to the doghouse? And can it come back from here? Let's get into it. Where did it all start? Well, it started with Bitcoin in 2009. As you can see from this chart, there were many years where Bitcoin didn't actually appreciate in price. However, as time went on, more and more people started learning about it, started considering the new technology of blockchain and how this technology could revolutionize the future. So then we started to see a ramp up leading into 2018, which is what I would call the first boom for Bitcoin. Even though the price fell away sharply, during this period, the acceptance of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies was really starting to gain momentum. There are a number of crypto projects that were released or started during this period, and more crypto trading platforms were established so that people could buy and then sell their cryptocurrencies. So it all started with Bitcoin, but then many other projects developed and momentum started to gather. We started to see some astronomical gains and some astronomical percentage profits that really started to create some momentum, create some fear of missing out in the market. So what started like a bit of a slow burn started to really gain momentum, particularly among young people who were really attracted by the possibility of making great returns in a very short period of time. Whereas back here we had the early adopters, the ones willing to take the risk on the new technology. This period here is when we started to see more mainstream adoption. COVID hit in 2020, so it quickly gained that ground before starting on a crazy speculative ride. Now, considering Bitcoin was the largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, it went from around about 10,000 in late 2020 all the way over 60,000 in less than 6 months. Ethereum started rocketing around the same time, and many other new cryptos started to gain excitement like Solana, Cardano, and things like that. Once something goes up this fast, this strong, it's guaranteed to create massive attention and massive interest. It captured the world's attention. Crypto was here and everyone wanted a piece of that profit pie. During 2021, Bitcoin had a wild ride, dropping a fair bit, but then reaching some new all-time highs. So 2021 is when crypto went mainstream. It was no longer just the early adopters. Everyone trying to create a quick buck was into it. I remember reading so many reports around that time of people quitting their jobs and saying they were going to trade Bitcoin or other cryptos because they were making so much more money than their regular jobs. In any market, when you start seeing people get into that market that have never before taken any risky investments or trades, then you know that there's danger ahead. And this is exactly what happened with crypto. I'm sure nearly everyone knows of a family member or a close friend who invested in crypto and was talking to you about it. Now, many of these people had never invested in stocks or anything like that before, but suddenly they were into crypto because everyone else was into it and everyone else was making big bucks. The trouble is, prices only kept going up because of new entrants into the market, so there were new people buying, which created that upwards momentum. But once the market got too saturated, then there was no one really left to keep pushing the price up. Some of the early adopters might have sold out part or all of their positions. And because crypto had gone up so high for so long, many of the new entrants didn't think that they had to consider the risk, or because of previous performance, a lot had the mindset that always buy the dip because it'll keep going up to new highs in the future. So there was this attitude that Crypto was the way of the future. There's nothing that could keep it down. So let's just keep buying because we're gonna be on a winner. But anyone who's been around the markets for a number of years knows that there's no such thing as a sure bet. If there's the possibility of making extraordinary returns, then there's also going to be the possibility of making massive losses. So when crypto went mainstream and started becoming all over the news, we even started seeing celebrities starting to endorse it, and we saw ads and things like that happen as well.
Fortune favors the brave.
Which was just another sign that we were reaching the peak because of the mass saturation and the massive hype around this entire sector. Another thing with this crypto boom is that it happened after COVID and was fueled in part by all the extraordinary stimulus that central banks pumped into the markets. So crypto became part of the everything bubble that saw money flood into the stock market, crypto, and real estate. So when you have all this money pumped into the system and you've got a hot sector like crypto which is making extraordinary gains, people are going to follow that hot sector to try and catch some of those gains. I made a number of cryptocurrency videos that no one really watched, but I definitely saw the risk for new entrants into the crypto market because by the time they get in, the risk of falling is at its actual greatest. Because the crypto market had so much speculation and so many new entrants bidding up the prices, it's inevitable that prices will fall when that speculation dies down. And that's what happened after the peak in November 2021. Prices fell off sharply, but many people would have thought this is just a blip or a dip and the prices are going to regain their uptrend. And that would have been the belief here when Bitcoin rallied. Trouble is, prices didn't regain their uptrend and fell off sharply from there. So we've seen Bitcoin fall from around 70,000 US to currently around 20,000 US dollars. Which is why many are asking, is Bitcoin dead and is crypto dead? When crypto was rising super strong, no one wanted to hear anything negative or any potential risks or anything like that. But when things started to get shaky, we started to see the media give more airtime to those who weren't in the all-in party. For example, Warren Buffett said he wouldn't buy all the crypto in the world for $25 because it doesn't produce anything. We've also seen a number of crypto exchanges go into crisis mode where some wouldn't allow people to withdraw money or limited how much they could withdraw. So there was a liquidity crisis. And there's also reports here of some of the larger platforms like Coinbase and BlockFi that are firing thousands of workers because of the overall crash in crypto. Has Bitcoin now and the major cryptocurrencies finally bottomed and we might see some uptrend from here? Not according to Peter Schiff. In his opinion, there's no sign yet of market capitulation, which typically forms a bear market bottom. Capitulation normally occurs when those strong believers just give up and sell because they've had enough. So will we have to wait for that before we see a real bottom in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? When I look at the chart for Bitcoin, this $20,000 level is extremely important. It's the same level as the 2018 boom went up to. And if it doesn't hold, we could see some sharp falls for Bitcoin going forward. Even if the support at 20,000 does hold, I don't expect to see a V-shaped recovery to go straight back up for Bitcoin. After such drastic falls that we've seen in Bitcoin and other cryptos, you normally need a period of building where a base forms before you can start to see new highs start to form again. So for that reason, I agree with Peter Schiff. I think we're firmly in a downtrend at the moment, and it wouldn't be surprising to see 20,000 taking out and lower prices ahead. Is crypto dead? Well, not yet. Like my friend Dean said, Bitcoin is a parallel financial system. So Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies have some revolutionary technology that could change the whole financial system. However, it's not without risk. Many of what they call the altcoins or the new projects that were quickly brought to the market to try and cash in will actually fall away and will probably be forgotten forever. So the crazy speculative crypto market is actually dead in my opinion, and those that will continue will be those cryptocurrencies that offer value going forward. But that's enough from me. What do you think? Do you think this is a small blip in the overall crypto revolution? Or do you agree with someone like Warren Buffett that it's not producing anything, it's impossible to value, so it's all gonna fall by the wayside? Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I'm not a crypto expert. I just follow them from a charting perspective and try and interpret the mood of the market from the actual price action. Hey, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would really, really love it. I'm Biko Konstantinos, and I'll catch you in my next video.